And this time it's with Nick Mundo and Meg Animation.
Mm.
Mm.
All right. So, hi, I'm Thalia, and I am the newest volunteer assistant for programming for the Taffy Animation Festival. And I am here with my friends Nick and Megan, who are two animation industry professionals who've taken up streaming online. And we're going to talk about that. Do you guys want to introduce yourself? Nick, do you want to go first?
Sure. My name is Nick Paris. I am currently a storyboard artist at Nickelodeon working on a show called The Casa Grandes, which is a spinoff of The Loud House. So that's cool. Yeah.
Nice. Megan?
Hi, I'm Megan. I'm a character and prop designer. I'm currently working at Cartoon Network on a show called Tig and Seek.
Nice. And I'm Thalia. You guys know me. I am currently working for a DreamWorks television series, and I can't tell you what it is yet. So I've been streaming casually for about 3 years on and off, and then kind of picked up a little bit more heavily this year because we were all trapped in our offices with nowhere to go. Wow, 2020. Do you guys want to go into a little background for how long you've been streaming, what kind of brought you into it, and what you think so far? Megan, do you want to go first? I think you're the senior streamer among us.
Yeah, I started streaming off and on since a bit in 2018 and quite a bit in 2019, but like some personal stuff got in the way and I was sort of like slow getting into it. I was really afraid of the microphone and then the camera for like a year straight. And I feel like, yeah, obviously 2020 contributed to me streaming a lot more this year. I feel like I got really serious about it the beginning of the year.
Nice. Nick, how about you? I think you're pretty new to the whole scene, but you've clearly blown up. So let's hear your journey.
There's actually a story behind those numbers, by the way. But,
okay, we don't need to talk about those 15,000 mystery numbers, but the rest.
Yeah.
I mean, you were doing well regardless. Let's hear about it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually only going on my 4th month of streaming. Yeah, it's only my 4th month, which is kind of weird, but I think it's because since we're in quarantine, all time has been blurring into one, so I feel like I've been streaming forever.
For sure.
What sparked it was so Nickelodeon had basically like the chat gets to choose kind of what I draw kind of thing, and like that's kind of where it sparked. I did a stream for the first time on that. The biggest thing was getting used to talking to myself. And then they didn't even tell me this, but like apparently after the stream, they didn't tell me they paid to be on the front page of Twitch. So like 20,000 people were watching me draw, and I had no idea until afterwards. Yeah. So it's pretty crazy. So then after that, I just kind of got the bug for it, and I was like, well, I can't really do much now, so why not just start streaming for my own channel? So that's
so you kind of just got thrown right into the pit, eh?
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought that you had jumped in on that Nickelodeon, like the I guess the corporate channel early on, but I didn't realize it started there. I thought that was something you were already doing and then jumped in, and then that's where you kind of blew up. Megan?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're streaming, you do a lot of just like casual illustrations. Do you ever show your workflow on streams? Like I guess NDA stuff would prevent you from showing anything like job related, industry related.
Yeah, I definitely can't do any of that sort of stuff on stream for the most part. But I always like approach it as a place where I get to do what maybe I can't do during the day. Like if you're like a designer or a board artist who primarily works just in black and white, like I love painting on stream because I don't get to do that during the day. So I feel like it's like the time to use the other side of your artistic brain almost. Because I primarily do like black and white layouts and model sheets and stuff like that. When I get home, I'm just like, I want to paint with every color, and it's just like neon overlays, glows, everything. Like,
nice.
And I don't know, I just like to experiment with like new stuff, new styles, and kind of like push what I can do with my work someday.
Nice. Did you find there was any like singular event or what brings the most people to your stream when you're working? What draws people in?
We do group study nights, typically every Monday night, 8 p.m. PST. And
Jeez,
I
yeah,
think
we gotta plug your channel too. So every 8 p.m. Monday PST, you do a group study night.
Yeah.
I actually dropped in on one of those.
yeah, it's a lot of fun because I usually have the reference up on screen so the entire community can participate, and it's a great space for people to learn, sort of explore like the idea of being an artist for a lot of people who are new, or for those who are a little bit more experienced, try something a little bit like different, push themselves to do something new.
Just flex those muscles a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't think of it as like a class, more of like a collaborative, like open studio type of environment where everybody can just like come in, chill, no pressure, no, and study for as little or as much as they want.
Nice. That's actually a really awesome idea. I really like that. Nick, I know you did some portfolio reviews. What's bringing people to your channel? What are you finding is the biggest draw for you?
It's kind of funny because like I had to test out. I did a few experimental streams where like I actually played games. They do not like that. It's like half my audience shows up if I play a game. Like it just doesn't. They definitely come for like the art and the illustration. I've even done polls where it's like, should I do more storyboarding? Because everyone's been talking about go to my stream specifically for that. But it's kind of like what Megan was saying is like I like streaming character design and stuff I don't have to do at work. Because like by the time I'm done storyboarding, like I'm kind of over it. It's like I'm kind of burnt out. But I think what brings them to me from what I'm finding out, I guess, is like me just doing characters. And I think now they've been liking the whole drawing sessions together on Magma Studio. So we do that from time to time. I have to control who comes in the room now. I learned that the hard way. And then they went that went south in like 5 minutes.
Let's pause and cover for people who don't know what Magma Studio is, because I think there are people that aren't familiar with the software. This is it's not a browser based. You have to download it, right?
No, it's browser based.
Oh, browser based. Browser
based. Wow.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Nice. And it's a drawing software that a bunch of people can kind of jump in if they have the link.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like up to 30 people, I think, is the max.
Nice. It's the tools are really impressive too. It has like layers, different like brushes, lasso tool, like you can lock layer transparency.
Is that the Imaginism one or the Schoolism?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Nice. Bobby Choose Crew. That's what I was saying.
Bobby Choose Cruise. Choose Cruise. All right. No, sorry. I am 8 years old. 5.
And then I think other than that, like you said, the portfolio reviews started bringing in a lot of people too, because like a lot of people just really want that. Like especially with boarding, so that's been kind of cool.
Fun fact: my roommate was the one who told me about your stream, Nick, and he is also a storyboard artist. And he was like, "Oh yeah, check out this guy. He's storyboarding on Twitch. He's really good." And I was like, "Cool." And I was just doing episodic directing, glorified storyboard supervising position for a production that I'm going to be talking about during the Taffy Festival. You guys can check it out. Woo! On Sunday, the 21st, 22nd, I don't know numbers. Anyways, but yeah, I was supervising and my crew was entirely green. Like I had board artists who were doing boards for the first time and revisionists who were doing revisions for the first time. And we were all remote and nobody was in-house. So training was tricky. And I actually sent my crew your Twitch stream and was like, go watch this. That's right. Going step by step over all the things you need to know, because it was like, I don't have the time. I have to redline all these boards. I have to do all these revisions. I have to do edit sessions. Like, and I'm like just struggling to catch up with how much these guys need to learn. And we can't sit in a room and talk about it. I can't, like, there's only so many demos I can do. So I was like, go check this guy out. He'll teach you everything you need to know.
Yeah, because I remember you told, like, you whispered me on Twitch, and I was still learning Twitch, so, like, by the time I saw it, it was, like, months later. I was like,
I think I told you months later. I was like, oh, by the way, I messaged you, like, months ago.
I'm still learning Twitch. Yeah, I'm like, my chat teaches me more about Twitch than I know. I'm like, what?
Yep, that's basically the learning process for me. Meg, how about you? What was the learning curve? Did you, like, when you started out, were you like, I'm gonna get a stream deck, I'm gonna get the best microphone and the stand, and then kind of just like slowly eke into it? Or
not at all. Like so a lot of people, I guess, you know, Twitch has been around for gaming and stuff quite a long time, but I was just like, I didn't even know that Twitch existed until 2018. And then I'm like, whoa, what is this? This is awesome. You can watch people draw. I should do that. And then, but I didn't know what I was doing at all. And yeah, I will say, I feel like the only one thing that I think I did smart, like the only thing that I did smartly was, I definitely didn't like buy a bunch of equipment right away. I just went to Fry's Electronics. I got like the cheapest like Sennheiser headset with a little microphone, but it wasn't even like a cool gamer one. It was like the type that you use when like you call Spectrum to complain about your internet or something like that. And that was it. Yeah. And I was just sort of like, I guess I know what I'm doing. Like,
yeah, I feel like Nick, you were kind of thrown into it because you started during the pandemic when everybody's working from home, so you need camera and microphone stuff at home, and also happen to get thrown in with an audience of 20,000 people, which is really unusual way to start, unless you're like AOC. But so did you just jump right in and invest in equipment and like decide you're going to take it seriously right away, or like what was the kicker for you that got you to decide to do it like for reals?
Yeah, pretty much, because like since I've like, you know, because we can't do much, I haven't been buying much, so I was like, hey, why not get this equipment? I already had the webcam because I was supposed to start chatting with friends on Discord like a while ago, and I was like, wait, I already have the camera. So then it was just like buying actual like I was using a Snowball before this one. But it was picking up my
snowballs, right?
Yeah. But it was on my desk, and it kept thumping with my keystrokes, so I had to like get this thing. Like I kept upgrading my microphone, also because I'm doing Scratch for our episodes, because the voice actors aren't always available. So I was like, why not just get a proper mic? So like, yeah, I bought like the arms, the mic, and the camera pretty quickly since can't really do much. Like I was like, why not just invest in it? Like, because then I was getting serious about it. But yeah, first I just had the camera and the Snowball. I think that was about it.
I mean, that's, I guess, the way to start out, right? If you're not totally sure what you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Before Twitch, back in 2010, I was actually streaming live painting on Ustream for a while, which is way the heck back. And I did that for like a few months or whatever at my friend's apartment when I first came to Vancouver. And I'm a little saddened that I kind of didn't stick with it or didn't kind of come up with a plan, because I feel like if I just kind of kept going, might have actually been pretty rad. But I kind of fell off that whole train and then didn't come back until I guess it would have been 2017 when a friend of mine was streaming games, and I was like, this is really cool, and I love playing games and I love telling jokes, so I thought I would jump into it. And then I had time off was what the catalyst for me was. I was like, I've got all this time off, I have this huge Cintiq I just bought, I'm going to start streaming art, I'm going to get myself the gear, I got a Stream Deck, I got a good microphone, I got a better web camera, and immediately never streamed again. I got another contract, and I jumped right back into work, thinking I'd be off for 6 months. I ended up being off for less than a week. So yeah, I feel like one of the most important things is consistency. Is there anything regarding scheduling and time management you guys want to share with people who might think about getting into streaming or wonder how it might affect your day-to-day life and how you keep your sanity? Was the balance? Nick, do you want to start with that?
Sure. I'm like,
no.
Well, actually, no. I totally can. For me, because like it just depends. Because there's times I have to skip streams because I'm like, I have to crunch. So like it's happened a few times, and I'm trying to actually work on that, my time management more. Quarantine has affected my focus a lot, but I'm trying to get it more normalized so I can schedule it. But yeah, it's really just about scheduling. If you know, like getting your work done so you do have time to stream for me, and then trying to, you know, pick the same day so that, you know, chat and everyone knows like, oh yeah, Nick's supposed to be on this. Like even before this interview, someone was like, Nick, you're going live, right? And I'm like, I got this thing real quick.
I'm
so
sorry.
Like, yeah, no, it's not your fault at all. Like it's like whatever, because like I'm on break, so I was like, I'll stream whenever these next 2 weeks. But
Nice.
yeah. So I mean, I've been basically just following that because everyone's like, dude, you need to schedule. Like I think when I first started, they're like, you need to pick some days so people know.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like if you think about it, it's like programming on television. It's like people know what days it comes on, so that's when they'll tune in, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Megan, how about you?
It's hard with the full-time job. I think a lot of people like, you know, they'll like, oh, can you stream more? Like, can you do this more often? And I'm like, you know, I have like a job, right? But yeah, as much as you can be consistent, I think is important. I can't always be consistent every week, but I try and keep like certain days, like always Mondays, always Monday nights, always Wednesday nights, and then other days are a little bit more
a little more
fluid,
flexible.
like maybe Friday or Saturday. We'll see, you know, it depends on workload and stuff. And on the days where what's been sort of helping me is on the days where I don't stream, I try and work extra. So I feel like maybe I can take off like an hour or two on the days that I do stream. A little bit of flexibility there.
Do you guys ever do early mornings? There's a couple that I follow that every like twice a week they do it like 7 to 8 a.m. like early morning streams. You guys ever touch that territory, or is that like no man's land?
I haven't because I lack the willpower to wake up that early, but I've heard that it's like a smart thing to do. Yeah, I haven't
seen
managed
the numbers.
to get over that threshold yet.
Yeah. I've done it. I was doing it for a few weeks. I was calling it, it was called Wake Up Warm Up. I was doing it on Sundays.
Nice.
It actually, the first one I did was actually pretty successful. I got like 75 new followers from that.
Dang.
But as like I kept doing it, I was like, because the hard part, I was doing Saturday night and Sunday morning, so it was like too much. So I was like, I need to like, so I kind of took it off the menu for a little bit, so to speak, because I was like, this is kind of exhausting. Because like Saturday, I'll try to get off early, but usually people start, Megan, like you'll try to get off and then you get raided. And
People
it's like,
raid you,
I'm trying to leave. And so like I end up like streaming on Saturday nights like way later than I mean to every time. So I was like, Sunday mornings don't work because like I'm so tired. But like early mornings are good. So like how it works from what I'm understanding is because you have followers in different time zones. So when you do it in the morning, like people on the East Coast and people even like other countries are like, oh, you're actually on and I can watch you. And I'm like, yeah, as I'm like half awake. I'm like, yeah, good for you. So I might start doing it again though. Cause I mean, I usually draw the warm up anyways. So maybe I'll start it back up, but just actually cut off at noon instead of like, I think the first time I did it, I went like 8 hours. I was like, I didn't mean to, but it happened. I was like, that was a work day for me.
Oh man. So best raid story. So for people who are watching who aren't familiar, who have no idea what Twitch is, I guess probably should have covered that bit first. Streaming platform online, and a raid in Twitch is when another channel's viewers all jump on your channel to watch what you're doing. And usually what happens is somebody's wrapping up a stream and then they will take their audience and say, let's go raid this other channel, because they're about to finish a stream, which is great if you're just getting started for the evening or afternoon, and less great if you are just about to log off. So best raid story, Nick.
My very first raid, actually, because I didn't know what a raid was. This big streamer actually raided me. I think it was around with 500 people.
Do you remember who it was?
Out. It's like Crinkle something. He was a gamer. So he must have like browsed art and like just picked mine because it was like when I first started. So he must have been like, let's, like sometimes they're like, let's rate someone who doesn't have a lot of viewers. But yeah, he just like rated me, and it was like seriously, like I was reading, I was like, does that say 500 people? And then like the follow alert just kept going off, and I was like freaking out because I've never been rated. I'm just like, what is happening? And like all these noises were happening, and the chat was exploding. I was just like, what the? And like, so yeah, that was my first. I think that was probably my best raid first.
This is my favorite song, guys. This is Meg. I'm assuming it's something similar, right? Like, what's your best raid story?
I don't know if I can think of any one particular one, but more like some days when they're just like back to back to back to back, and you're like, I can't keep up. I was just thanking this person. Now I have to. It's like, it's like if you're throwing a house party and everybody arrives at once or something like that.
And everybody's like, where do I put my drink? Where do I put my food?
Yeah. And I think like the art community, especially on Twitch, is very positive and wholesome. I always say that we are like the like safe corner of Twitch. And I know that sometimes art streamers will intentionally like collaboratively raid someone else at the same time. So they'll
really
like
cool.
both hit you at once, which is really, really sweet.
I didn't even think of that, but now that I have, I'm like, let's gang up, you guys.
Yeah. It's a positive gang up.
Yeah. I guess I should share mine too, because I'm technically in on this now. So I had been rated by my friend B-Dub like last year when I was playing Jurassic World, and he brought like 75 people to my channel, but he told me, I'm going to raid you, and I was like, what's that mean? And he said, some people are going to come to your channel, and they did, and that was neat. But fast forward a year later, and I had completely forgotten that this existed. And I was streaming Among Us. For the first time in like 6 months, I was streaming a video game. Nobody was watching. I was on my stream. I normally get like 2-3 people on a stream when I'm drawing. I'm very low key. I don't promo or anything like that. So nobody was watching. I was just eating a handful of peanuts and playing Among Us. And sweet Anita rated me with 2,800 people. And I didn't know what was going on or even notice at first. And then I got 3 follows in a row, and I was like, oh, geez, you guys should not be following me for this. I very rarely play games. I've never played Among Us on stream before. I probably won't do it again. And then I got this, it was a Ninja Turtle, because that's what my alerts are, because I'm a dork. Yeah, and it's like 2,800 or something. It was insane. And I completely lost it. I was like, what? Oh my God, what the heck is going on? So yeah, and that was a month and a half ago. And that's most of my followers are from that. Like I said, have been streaming for a very long time. No schedule, on and off, randomly. Not exciting at all.
It's awesome.
It was a very fun, thing. I had never rated anybody else before, and that was kind of like oh wow, this is actually fun for people. So anytime I have anybody at all in my stream and I'm ending, I'm just like, let's go. So I guess that's the normal thing to do, right? When you're wrapping up a stream and there's still people on the channel, you go jump on someone else's channel. But I didn't know about that until then, and then I found out.
My friends were actually always telling me, you need to. They're like, I can't believe you don't raid. I was like, what? I was like, I just
what does that
mean? I just log off. I'm tired of that. But yeah, now I work for people because I actually because it's kind of cool too, because Twitch does have like that community. And I've already built even you, for example, it's like I've built friends off of Twitch actually pretty quick. It's kind of been nice. So
yeah, I found out about Meg through Nick, and I found out about Nick through Boards, and I wasn't even in this community like actively. Like I was kind of just chilling out and doing my own thing for so long, like didn't even realize this was a thing. You could be like meet with other artists and chat with them, and I think that this is something that I mean, Meg, you've been, I think, like I said, you've been doing this longer. We're taking it seriously a little longer. Nick, you jumped in like at first, and then I kind of stumbled into it by accident. I think Meg touched on the community aspect being really important, and I think that's really salient. Is that the right word? Am I using that word right?
Yeah.
I don't know what words mean. I just try to sound smart.
and like you said, like that community aspect is really welcomed and amplified during like lockdowns and this just 2020 being what it is. It's been a nice, like, sometimes it's just like I log on and I feel like I accomplish very little in terms of art, but it's just chatting with people is a bit of like a stress reliever. It's nice.
That's actually a great point. Yeah. Regarding like lockdown, regarding working from home, you guys are both in California. I think things are a little bit more intense there than they are where I am, which is Vancouver, Canada. we just started another 2-week lockdown because our numbers have been
going
up again, and our office was just about to reopen. But have you found that this streaming community is kind of like scratching that social itch? Like, you miss people at the office, or are you guys kind of more heads on desk, like, don't talk to me?
Oh, no, I miss people.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. The sadness in your face when you said that, Nick, was like, I'm glad it's on camera, is all.
I miss people.
Yeah, I miss people too. I was with a really good crew. I have a lot of friends. I miss them. Miss you guys.
Yeah, same.
Send all our love to everybody who's at home right now. It does feel like you're not by yourself sometimes. There was a point last year when I was streaming in the Just Chatting channel because I couldn't show what I was working on, and it was just because I needed to get something done and I needed to be around people to feel that there was some kind of pressure to be at my desk and doing something. And even though the chat was a distraction, I was not a huge chat. Like I said, 3 to 5 people in my stream, that's it. But it was just it made it feel almost like I was in a workspace, or a space to work, rather than sitting in my lonely little, actually it was this office at the time too. So yeah, and I told myself at the end of that contract I would never work remote again. And then I jumped onto a project at Cinesite, and that was February. And then 1 month later, it all went to shit. Now everything is remote. Promises made, promises.
Yeah, I miss people.
So do you guys have any last bits of wisdom or words of advice you'd like to share with anybody who's looking to get into streaming, or warnings against, flying too close to the sun, Nick?
What?
Or anything like that? Watch out for bots. No. Megan, do you want to touch on anything that springs to mind? Things, little final thoughts.
I mean, like, I think like a lot of people who are thinking about starting streaming will just sort of like I want to, but I'm not sure if I'm ready. I need to prepare, and like they kind of like you kind of have, what's that, like procrastination for starting a new project type of thing.
Like,
whereas like I just kind of jumped into the deep end of the pool like an idiot and made mistakes and flailed along the way. But I'm glad that I just like did it without any sort of hesitation. And then it eventually like formed into the lumpy like ball of clay formed into something finally,
Nice.
Like,
watching.
I would say
stream,
just.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, if you think you might be interested, just like try it and see if it's fun for you.
I was gonna say, watching your stream, Megan, I do really get that community feeling. Like, there's a lot of back and forth between you and people who are very clearly familiar with you and who like enjoy watching you work and enjoy seeing what you're coming up with, which is really cool. I feel like that flailing along the way brings those people in as like, and it's almost like that's a part of your story and they got to see it. It's like following a book series where you get to see a character grow and get better at something or something. I don't want to say Harry Potter, but something something like that. Nick, how about you? Do you have any bits of advice for new streamers or people interested in getting into streaming, something that might come in handy?
Yeah, going off what Megan said, I think it's kind of the same. Because I had people, like, it's funny, I started streaming before, like, a friend who kept saying she's going to do it for, like, a year. And I was just like, I don't know, I'm building this channel. I built my channel in, like, I don't know, the whole overlay and stuff in, like, 2 days. And I was like, let's do this. Like, so, yeah, I kind of agree. Like, don't even push it off, just do it. And then, like, even me, because I'm still new to it, I feel like people get discouraged by the numbers immediately. You know what I mean? Like, people will be like, I only get like this one viewer and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, everything starts from like the bottom and grows up. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't like give up just because you're not getting the likes and follows immediately that you want. Like, just keep doing it. Yeah. And then do it for yourself more. Like, stream something that you have fun with. Don't feel like you have to be like, oh, I have to please chat all the time, because then you're just kind of miserable and it becomes another job. Like, unless you are doing it for a job, because there are people who do that.
I would advise
No,
against.
that's such good advice.
Yeah. That's just how I feel about it. Because when I first started streaming, I was doing that. It was kind of like, what should I draw? And then people were like, yeah, draw this. And then at some point I was like, you know what? Like, I'm kind of getting a little tired of drawing what people are telling me to, because I already do that all day. So it's like, now I just kind of draw. And if people want to watch me, then I feel, you know, I appreciate it. But it's like, I'm not going to dance monkey dance is what my friend said. They were like, don't do the dance monkey dance. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Okay. So, but yeah, that's my biggest advice. Like, do it for you. Have fun. Like, don't be
Gorgeous.
scared.
Megan, do you want to expand on that?
No, I agree,
No?
like 100% with that. Because I kind of did the same thing too. I'm like, oh man, people were like saying like, whoa, do fan art of this or something, or like, you know, draw like this thing that chat requested. And then after a while, you start to lose a little bit of the passion, and you're like, you know, I did this like for my own art time, for my like fun work on my own projects time, not to appease someone else. And you'd think that doing what chat asks for would like help you grow, but it's almost more like people are looking for that authenticity in you. And if you're just drawing something just to appease someone else, it's going to be inauthentic, and it's probably not even going to turn out that good. Like some of those pieces that honestly I look back at it, I'm like, this isn't even good. Why were people watching? Like it's not work that I'm proud of anymore, you know, because I just sort of forced it out into the universe.
Nice. I'm going to piggyback off Nick's numbers note. Temper your expectations, I think, is the biggest advice I have for anybody. Like, you're not going to jump in and be a millionaire overnight. You're not going to be ninja tomorrow or whatever. It's if you go in with the expectation that it's going to work out and that you're going to be internet famous, or that you're going to have a huge audience, or that it's going to be instantaneously rewarding, whatever it is you're looking for. I mean, it's a roll of the dice. It's like opening a restaurant. You're probably going to not achieve incredible success in the way that you're hoping for. But if you go in with no expectations, because you're like, this is a fun thing I can try, and see if you have an audience and see if you enjoy doing it regardless of who's watching, right? Then you're going to have like a more organic building process. You're going to feel more comfortable about just keep going, even though there's no instant reward. There's no instant recognition. I feel like I can speak on this because, like I said, I was doing it for 2 years with like 3 people, 4 people, 5 people watching. And I didn't care. It didn't matter to me that there wasn't a huge audience there, because I was like both of you were doing, just taking that time to do the art that I wanted to do, or to draw whatever I felt like, or just to keep myself occupied so that I'd sit at my desk and get my damn job done for the just chatting sessions. But yeah, I think that people come in with this idea that they need to meet out some level of success, and that success is based in numbers. And that's really not what this platform is about. That's really not what the community is about. And you better keep your day job to start. I mean, you got 3 professionals in the room right now that are all working full-time jobs doing art. It's not like we can't make money off of this, and this is like a thing we're doing on the side. I'm not really earning anything. I don't know about you guys. You don't need to go into details. That's your own private financial information. So I don't really have any other questions that I want to dig through. Do you guys have any questions for each other, or things that you think would be interesting for people to hear? No?
I guess.
Can we see your cat, Megan? I can't believe it didn't jump in. I was so looking forward to it.
I'm just going to shake the treat bag and see if he'll come over here. I don't know where he's at right now. I was going to piggyback a little bit off of what you said.
Yeah, please do.
About like success and people getting hung up on numbers, or maybe like financial success. Some of the greatest things that I've gained from it hasn't been in any sort of like numbers. It's been like meeting people who I consider like genuinely like my real close friends now. You know what I mean? And like being able to like work on some collaborations with other artists that I wouldn't have had the opportunity to otherwise. Being able to raise some money for charity and just sort of like spreading positivity. Being able to just like, you know, it's opportunities in a different way.
Yeah.
Does that sound cheesy?
No,
But
no,
making
that-
like a more positive space.
I mean,
in the world.
it does sound really cheesy, but like that's good. Those are all good and positive things. We like all of that. Nick, do you want to add to that or?
Yeah, it's kind of the same because like I already have like a little circle community, including Megan, on Twitch already, and I've only been doing it for like 4 months. But like the fact that like I'll go on other people's channels and comment, and then people, hey Nick Mundo, and I'm like, what? Like it's like it's only wait what? Like it's kind of cool.
Notice me.
And then it's weird. Like I've made close friends that are like I'll say something and then people on stream are like, yeah, I go to Nick's channel storyboard, and I'm like, man, this is crazy. But like everyone's so friendly, especially like we were saying in the art community. I don't know if gamers are the same because I haven't like really watched too many. But I feel like art's a little more
intra-community. Like from what I hear, just, and this is outside resource information that I can't speak to personally, but that I have been told, is that within specific games, specifically Street Fighter and like Smash Bros and things like that, you'll get like people who are really, really interested in one specific subset of gaming, and there'll be a lot of inter-community kind of building there, but I don't know that it's quite on the same level as what we do in the creative community, because so many people in the creative community are also working in really small industries where they're actually going to run into these people in real life. So
it's just sort of like a tight-knit family.
There's no room to be an asshole.
Well, because I also don't know if like gamers are more into like, because you have people who game specifically or stream specifically for money. So it's like I don't know if their priorities are the same as ours. Whereas like like when we're about to end for a stream, we're looking for people to raid to like spread the word. Whereas I don't know for them if they're more shut in and they're like, well, these are my viewers. Like I need them for income. Like I don't know if it's the same. But I
think that there's probably a lot of crossover. But I think that I think kind of what segregates the artist community, in at least in what I see personally, is like I said, there's no room to be an asshole because we are a smaller community just in general. And yeah, I think there's a lot of feedback going on because there is like people who have their little cluster of channel of art interests and then kind of swap spit,
Yeah. Plus, you never know if we'll end up working together, and it's like, hey,
Yeah.
you're that dick. You're that dick from Twitch. Oh, no.
Yeah, you're that dick from Twitch that didn't thank me for the raid.
Weird, your resume's in the garbage now.
Oh, we don't have that in there. Oh my goodness.
No, we would never.
We're not that petty. We're not.
No, we're all very above board folk here. Be nice, I think, is the moral of the story.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was told.
Yeah, no.
Be on time, be nice, and don't be an asshole. That's pretty much what I've been told.
I feel like you said the same thing twice there, but maybe be nice and don't be an asshole. Or
I heard it's like a triangle. You can be like good, fast, or nice. But you have to be at least 2 or something. Yeah,
I think it's you got to be really talented, really pleasant to work with, or really reliable. If you're pleasant to work with and reliable, your work can be kind of okay, and everybody will love working with you because you get your stuff done, and even if it's not perfect, you're an angel. You can be really talented and really nice to work with, and you'll get a little extra time for your work every time because people are like, it's not going to need revisions, it's going to be great when it comes in. And I think that the myth of the asshole genius is slowly sinking, so it's becoming harder and harder to be somebody who's really talented and reliable and an asshole, because there's so many people out there that are just good people who are also reliable and also talented now that we're not chasing people out of the industry by being huge douchebags to them. Sorry, maybe that's a specific studio mattress. Yeah, that's like a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother stream.
Oh no, that was just like this was always the myth of the asshole genius who could just get away with being the worst because but they're so good, so it's fine that they grabbed their coworker or did whatever. And it's like the dude just being himself. Sorry, him or her themselves. I don't mean to put all the blame on one specific party here. Yeah.
Just like sink down.
No, you're a saint, Nick. You're one of the good guys.
I never got caught. I never got caught.
Oh my god.
Cut that part out of the video.
Yeah,
I
I'm
That's the
leaving it
intro
in.
to the video. It's like, don't
All right.
hire Nick Paris. Like, what?
I'll vouch for Nick Paris. She's never touched my butt. Oh man.
Oh, man.
Okay, this we're all terrible people now. I'm hoping
That escalated quickly.
let's de-escalate. So Nick Paris, Megan, and I'm gonna try it. Say it right. Pona Savan.
Close enough.
Hey, can you say my name?
It says Thalia the Lemon on the screen, so
that's close. I'm sorry. I have one of those, my first name, but I'm not worried. Sorry. I'm gonna try one more time. It's Pon Savan.
yeah. There you go. You got
Pon
it.
Savan. Okay.
Yeah.
Woohoo! I don't want to be a dick and get it wrong.
No. Like
Nick's
no,
cheating
I would
because
never.
his name is like a famous city that everybody knows about because Ratatouille took place there.
Yeah, Nick is just Nick. So
How do
I
you?
don't know.
Nick
I
from
didn't pick it.
Nickelodeon, and
Nick
Megan
and
from
Nick.
Megalodion, and Thalia from Thaleodion.
Yeah.
Right? Anyways. All right, let's wrap it up. It's been a real pleasure talking to you guys. Thanks so much for sharing your insight and having this casual conversation. I think there's a lot of little gems to be picked out and some turds, but whatever. People can pick and choose. No, this was all delightful insight, and I think this is a great conversation. I'm sure that we're definitely going to be touching back on this subject in the future, and I'd love to revisit next year or the year after that and see where everybody's at, and if you guys are still going, and how your community and your channel develops. If it's carpal tunnel from here to hell or what happens. So yeah, let's peace out. I will stop recording, and
Thanks for setting it up.
Yeah, no, thank you.
See you guys
for,
later.
Thanks for participating, guys. All right, have a great night or day, morning. I'm not sure when people are going to be watching this because it's going to be on demand. Oh yeah.